Okay, we're live. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Ruzicka. I'm joined today with Scott Bush, who I think you all know is the VP of Operations for the association and also kind of in charge of all of our professional standards and ethics enforcement. And we can tell it was a busy weekend because on Monday morning, we were inundated with questions and complaints about one-day codes and SentriLock. And so I wanted to bring Scott on to kind of clarify it all, so we're all on the same page. We understand what the rules are as far as requesting one-day codes and access to SentriLock and all that. So, Scott, what can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you this, that in general, we do as an association, we don't have a hard, fast policy because we really can't, because it's up to the individual brokerages how they are going to decide to cooperate and how they are going to make those individual company policies with respect to lockbox administration. However, the Code of Ethics does say that realtors shall cooperate with other brokers, except when cooperation is not in the client's best interest. So some of the inquiries that have come to me by individuals who are seeking to get a one-day code and it is denied to them, they say, well, they're not cooperating with me. And that does bring up a good point. And however, in looking at what are the barriers or what are the impediments to accessing property, listed property, and we have deemed that the path to gaining access is not restrictive, and that would involve being credentialed into the lockbox system. So the fees are reasonable. We believe they come in at about $11.50 a month, and you pay for a year to gain access to the system. And however, that's prorated though. So if you join halfway through the year, you're only going to pay half of those fees. So it's not like there's an absolute roadblock that would prevent that is preventing cooperating brokers from seeing properties. There is a path to that, and we don't believe that path is unreasonable. But that being said, I was just going to say, that being said, though, we still do encourage, it's kind of a case-by-case basis. We still do encourage brokers to give out those one-day codes. Here's an example. Let's just say there's somebody who's a member of the Commercial Realtors Association. They really don't work with lockboxes on a very regular basis, and perhaps they're working a once-in-a-while residential deal. I think you have to, my advice is, rather than have a certain hard and fast policy about these things, make a consideration. If someone is not a member of GMAR, but it's in the best interest of your client, consider those one-day codes. However, the Realtors Association, we can't dictate, or we can't tell, as I said earlier, you how to cooperate. We just say under the rules you have to cooperate, but you set those parameters. So if there is a member of the Realtors Association that's flat out says, I'm not participating in the SentriLock system, I don't like electronic lockboxes, I won't use an electronic lockbox. And if you are the listing broker and you have presented this product to your seller and you have explained the benefits of the product and the security value of the product and the information benefits of the product that you gain by the electronic lockbox system, and the seller says, yep, this is what we want, and this is what we want to use. Well, in that case, then, especially in that case, then the listing broker is not going to be required to give out those one-day codes. And if you are an agent out there that's frustrated, you can't get a one-day code, I would say just consider getting credentialed. The learning curve is rather simple, and the individuals in our office, Emily, Michelle, Alberta, are very good instructors at this, and it only takes really a couple of minutes. So, Mike, I'm sorry.
The three people we have on staff can get someone credentialed in about 20 minutes, and all you have to do is download the app to your phone. They'll get someone, take their information, get them set up, take them through it all, and I can't tell you how many people have resisted it, finally said, okay, fine, I'll do it. They do it, and they're like, oh my God, it was so easy. You know,
Yeah.
it's amazing how many people realize after the fact it's real super simple. And so, yeah, basically the listing broker can determine whether they want to give out one-day codes or not. If it's a GMAR member, they're already paying for the whole SentriLock system as part of their dues, so it's free.
Good point.
It's not an additional fee or anything like that. Just call here, talk to somebody on our staff. We have 3 people on staff that work on SentriLock, and they can get people credentialed up and ready to go in 20 minutes.
I assure you, just sort of piggybacking on what Mike said, the individuals in our office are Emily and Alberta and Michelle are very much geared toward member service, and they will help you through the process. That I can assure you. Anything else, Mike? I think we've sort of covered the GMAR stance on one-day
Yeah,
codes.
that's mainly the big issue. We have had some questions about people from, like you said, from outside the association that aren't part of our SentriLock program. They can actually they can get a subscription to our program as well for like I think you said $11.50
$11.50 a month, right?
Yeah, annual basis, and then they can have access to it, you know, in perpetuity too. So yeah, it's pretty simple. It's really, really simple. And I think, especially in this market where people want to get access to listings as fast as possible, if you have the SentriLock app on your phone, you're going to get access to a listing a lot faster than texting the listing broker saying, hey, can I have a one-day code? And one listing broker called yesterday and said, I got 25 texts on one property asking for a one-day code. And he said he didn't have time to get to all of them, and his assistant didn't. And he said it's ridiculous because it has SentriLock on it, and it's one of the sales points he made when he did his listing appointment. He said, look, with the SentriLock thing, you can see who's entering the property, blah blah blah. And you know, it was almost no avail because he had so many requests for one-day codes. So the bottom line is get credentialed. It's really simple, and hopefully those problems will go away.
And just in closing, Mike, I want to add too that you know, some of the listing brokers are becoming frustrated with. I understand with the request for one-day codes, but I would strongly dissuade competing companies from talking and getting together collectively about how they are going to cooperate with agents who are not on the lockbox or not on the SentriLock system, because those are all the classic ingredients of an antitrust conspiracy. Decide individually as a company how you are going to cooperate with other companies with respect to how you pay commission or how you cooperate with lockboxes.
Yeah, that's a great point. Okay, good. Well, thanks everyone. If you have any questions or comments, please shoot us an email. My email is mike@gmar.com. Our phone number is 414-778-4929. Thanks. See you later.
And I am at scott@gmar.com.
Yep. Okay. See you later.
Thank you.